Mary Kay is one of the largest direct sellers of skincare and color cosmetics in the world, with annual sales of $2.5 billion across 5 continents. The company's global independent sales force exceeds 2 million representatives, each one dedicated to following the principles set forth by founder Mary Kay Ash in 1963. Known as the Mary Kay Way, her priorities of God first, family second, and career third, and her simple, time-tested principles anchored by the Golden Rule served Mary Kay well as it moved into India in 2007.
One of the cornerstone of Mary Kay's culture is really the Golden Rule, which is to do to others what you want others to do to you. There's a similar saying in what Confucius says. Confucius says, do to others what you want them to do to you. It's basically the same. And so I really believe that the Mary Kay culture transcends over geography, culture, religion in our part of the world.
Mary Kay entered India in September of 2007. And in order to be successful in the Indian market, it was very similar to what it takes for Mary Kay to be successful in any of our markets. We have to attract women to the business opportunity to sell and sample our products to women in the community. We have to have the right products for the market, and we have to have an infrastructure or a supply chain process that will allow us to be profitable in the market.
As a corporate brand, it's very important that the Mary Kay brand be presented consistently around the world. Now, one of the challenges is the fact that the lifestyle, the demographics, the economics of women in our customer base do vary around the world. So my job is to make sure in terms of packaging and key messages, we are very consistent in the brand image, but at the same time to incorporate enough flexibility that the brand truly does meet local needs and expectations.
India is a very interesting market. There are a lot of similarities to China, yet it is totally different. The similarities are the size of the market. I mean, you have a nation that has currently about 1.1 billion people, and projections are that within the next 10 years, they're going to surpass China in terms of population and market size. Where the difference is, I think, is the level of what we call the middle class. The middle class are known as what we call aspiring Indians. Currently, in India, there's a couple of challenges that we have. One is the infrastructure of India. We don't think the Indian infrastructural development is going to be done at the pace that China has. And one of that, unfortunately, is because of the democratic system within the country. Because to build a road, you've got to speak to 60, 70 different families, and if they object, you have no rights to build that road. So it could take you 30 years to build a road. Whereas in China, if I want to build a road, I'm going to provide you with alternative housing. The road is built.
One of the challenges that I face for Mary Kay India is anticipating how quickly that market's going to be developing. We typically are developing our portfolio strategy from a timeline of anywhere from 18 months to 3 years out. And so one of our challenges is to anticipate what women will want and need and be able to afford in the future.
When we were making the product line decisions for entry into the Indian market, there were several things that we needed to consider. First and foremost, we needed to focus on the products that the Indian female consumer wanted. Those were primarily skincare and body care. Additionally, we needed to make sure that the products were going to be affordable for where their financial situation was. So we went in with some of our lower price, more value-oriented skincare products. We also wanted to make sure that the products that we opened that market with were not products that would be phased out of the Mary Kay line in a short period of time. Initially, our quantities would be so small that we would have many, many months of inventory. And obviously, we didn't want to obsolete that merchandise within a few short months of opening. And then finally, the key product areas for Mary Kay, the ones that we excel at, are skincare and color. So those categories were included as well. Today, now 2.5 years later, after opening the India market, we have expanded the product line in India to a small degree. It's still fairly limited. A couple of other things that we have done is to develop some products that are designed specifically and exclusively for the India market. In other words, they are not sold in any other market outside of India. The other thing that we have done in order to help increase our efficiency and improve our profitability is to work with local manufacturers there on the ground in India to qualify them to produce many of the Mary Kay products to the quality standards that we aspire to.
By offering the right mix of products at the right price to a country ripe for adopting the Mary Kay way, Mary Kay is dedicated to building a strong brand in India, now and into the future.